What is up, guys? In today's video we're going to be spectating random players in Fortnite Zero Build, and it's been a while since I made one of these videos. The game has changed a decent amount with new augments coming in, new items coming in. Hasn't really been any map changes, but mainly just augment changes and loot pool changes. And let me know down in the comments below what you guys have thought about the progression of this season, because I think this season has definitely gotten better over time. There are some like items or augments that are a bit questionable, but overall I think the season has been pretty good, and it's mostly gotten better over the course of the season, like fixing some of the problems and rebalancing some of the items. But as always, there's still problems in Fortnite. I'm landing faulty here. This is a POI that's usually pretty hot. I think landing at the top part there is much better because there's potential of oathbound chests, and then also you're less likely to just get shot. Hello, sir? This guy's like has mercy for me. What are you doing? He didn't want to kill me because I had nothing. I think this is an OG player too. Oh, never mind. I thought he had the battle bus emblem on his cape. What is this man doing, bro? He dropped my crown. Come on. I should just like fake play normal with these, because I feel like sometimes people are so weird because they like feel bad because I like am just straight killing myself on them. There's another guy in here, I think. Maybe that's an NPC. It's gotta be the NPC because he's ignoring it. What is this guy doing? This is a bizarre way to loot this, because he's gonna have to break 2 walls here, I think. Yeah, he's gonna have to break that and then the wall. But yeah, I like landing at the top part there because you have potential for the oathbound chest, which used to have like very good odds of giving a hammer, but not as much anymore because of the guardian shield coming in and then the falcon scout coming in, taking the spawns of the oathbound. Like you can get that instead of a hammer now, whereas at the start it was just hammer or excal, so you had pretty decent chances of getting them. Didn't go back for my crown. Do you think he was baiting my crown? That's a million IQ. It despawned. But yeah, I like landing at the top there for that, and then just it's like better angles. I think it's easier, like let's say like this guy was at the top and he was shooting down at the person. Instead, it's easier for him to push that, whereas now like pushing up the hill, it's much more inconvenient than if he was just already up there. I just feel like that is the power position of this POI. You definitely want to land up top there. This bowling alley does have a good amount of loot though. This player also hasn't obtained their augment yet for whatever reason, and I think the augments are, you know, very important. You want to obtain that as fast as you can, especially in a situation like this where this player has no mobility. If I don't have a hammer, I'll definitely go for the shockwave bow. I think the shockwave bow is really good. I prefer the hammer, but in situations where I'm not able to get the hammer, I don't really have a problem using the bow. You know what I mean? Their loot is not great. It looks like they're going to go third-party gas station, and I don't think this is going to be a good play because gas station is usually pretty populated. There's usually a decent amount of people here, and there's a decent amount of players rotating to here. So I think this is going to be not a great fight for him to win or to get involved in. If he gets lucky, he can maybe get a decent amount of loot, but like a white Maven, a green FAMAS, and a green Uzi is not the best loot. If he ends up fighting here, like maybe he third-parties a fight, gets a kill, and then he gets third-partied, then it's going to be pretty hard for him to win. Because this loot is not great. I definitely would have continued looting the bowling alley if I was them. There's Travis Scott. And then they're getting bowed by somebody at the castle nearby. There's somebody with that shockwave bow like I was talking about. Like, how long into the fight with this Travis Scott was it until he was getting third-partied? It was not a large amount of time. He gets the kill. He's going to be 85 health here. If his overshield comes back, he'll be 135. He has the juices for shield, but this is going to be a fight because this player just get on him easily. And we got Bloodthirsty out here with the shockwave bow. Using the Thunder Shotgun, Red Eye. Unique combo. I would like if this worked better, but the Red Eye's hipfire is just not great. And especially on controller, it feels like it has like no hipfire aim assist. So I really don't like running Red Eye Thunder Shotgun. For me, this is very much like a 3-gun season, using like Red Eye, Thunder, and then like some sort of spray weapon. I prefer the tactical pistol. The twin mag is also good, and the machine pistol is solid as well. But using the Red Eye as my follow-up weapon is not something I prefer. We'll see how this player makes it work. They also have the shockwave bow, which can be very good, and I don't know if they have bow specialist or not. I don't know how many augments they could have got, but he does have max arrows. We'll see if any just pop out of him, because even with bow specialist, even when you're max arrows, you keep regenerating them. And The main reason why I prefer the hammer instead of the bow, because, you know, the bow is certainly good, but the hammer is just better, like, panic mobility, as bad as that sounds. Like, if you're in a situation where you need to get out of there ASAP, whether that's like a fight where you're getting third-partied, if you're on a building that somehow gets knocked down and then you're about to take fall damage, if someone's using the Deku smash, you can just swap to the hammer, tap that button, and you're out of there. Whereas the bow, with bow specialist, it is pretty fast to pull, but it's just still like extra steps compared to the hammer. With the hammer, you swap to it, you tap. With the bow, you have to switch to it, hold right trigger to pull the arrow, pull it enough where you get the shockwave effect, and hopefully you don't mess it up. And then you have to aim it and position yourself in the direction you want to go. And then also, like this player has, soaring sprints is also very good with the bow. Like, shockwave bow, bow specialist, and soaring sprints is very, very good, but that's 3 of your 4 augments dedicated to that one playstyle. Whereas outside of like the bow effect, I really don't like soaring sprints. And then, like I was saying, you can't get other augments like Storm Mark. I really like having Pistol Amp because I like running the tactical pistol. Forecast is also nice. Splash Medic is nice. So like, to get the full potential of the bow, you're really limiting yourself in other regards. And if you love the bow, that's fine. It's really good mobility, and it does have some advantages over the hammer. Like, you see, this player's getting around the map incredibly quickly. They have so many arrows. They don't have to worry about just running out as much as, like, the hammer. You get 3 charges, then you have to wait for it to come back. And with the bow and bow specialist, it's seemingly infinite. And then you can also use the bow to displace players, which is very nice in some situations. He's using it as just a straight weapon here, but like, if you have somebody hiding behind a piece of cover and you don't want them behind that piece of cover anymore, the bow is really great at just like forcing something to happen. Or if you're in like those kind of, we'll see if this player makes it end game, but those awkward situation end game where, like, especially in solos when it's a 1v1v1 and kind of nothing is happening, the bow is really good at just kind of like forcing somebody out from behind cover and making something happen. So I think the bow definitely has, you know, its advantages over the hammer for sure, but I just prefer the hammer. But as this whole conversation started, if you're having a hard time getting the hammer, the NPC at the castle up here sells it. This castle here, there's an NPC that sells a hammer for 250 gold. Or if you're just unable to find a hammer, I'll definitely take the bow until I'm able to get one. Like, if early game I don't have a hammer, but I come across the shockwave bow augment, I have no problem using that until I'm able to obtain a hammer. And sure, that is like a waste of an augment potentially, but I'd rather waste one augment and have mobility in the meantime rather than having no mobility. And if you're just going to use it for a bit, it's not like you need bow specialist and soaring sprints for sure. I don't know if these augments are bugged, like it's showing me my augments, because it says there's 3 available, but I'm pretty sure this player has already used at least 3 augments. Or at least 2, because they have bow and soaring sprints, unless they took the bow off somebody who got it and they just got soaring sprints. But I find that unlikely. Why is he wasting these? What? I'm so confused. Is the HP bugged too? Because he was full HP there. Maybe there's a challenge to use chug splashes? I don't know. If I was him, I definitely would have taken... I would take 4 splashes over minis. But if I was him, I would take the splashes and the minis over the guardian shield. And then there's even more coolers back by the edge of gas station over here that he could get and then gotten more splashes. And then at that cabin over there that he was shooting, there's a cooler as well. So he could have easily gotten 6 splashes. I don't think we can see what keys this player has, but or if this player has keys. But there's hollow chests here, and I would definitely want to check them if I was him and he has a key, because he had this green shotgun for a while. And there's hollow chests at this building. He's gonna use the bow, or he was gonna use the bow to move that player, like I was talking about, I think. If he hits this, that's crazy. This player's like really concerned about using the bow. But yeah, there's hollow chests at this gas station, and there's hollow chests at this thing. And he definitely could have checked those and potentially gotten a better shotgun. That's definitely one of the things you want to be doing throughout the course of the game if you have keys and you don't have a great shotgun. I definitely check those hollow chests and potentially get a good shotgun, because I feel like they're pretty decent odds at getting a decent shotgun from one of them, especially if a green one. Like getting a purple or gold shotgun for 1 key is like a huge upgrade. But I don't know, he seems content with the green shotgun, I guess. Someone died there. You see that loot. The player's under him. They just picked up minis. Or maybe they got minis from that NPC, actually. He has 16 opponents remaining. Two players here. Yeah, I feel like the setup is going to be really bad at fighting, like, awkward players. If he fights people that are just, like, slow-paced and stationary, it'll be fine to pick them apart with, like, the red eye and the bow. But if he gets in, like, a messy, close-range fight, I feel like no spray weapon with the thunder is going to be very inconvenient. Like, if I was them, I would definitely drop the shield for the pistol there. He's going to go for the chug cannon, I guess, which takes 2 slots. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. But I was going to say, you might as well take the pistol over the shield there, because I haven't seen this player use the shield once during this entire game. They don't seem to even care about it. They've just been kind of bowing around everywhere, you know? Somebody there? Oh, no. All right, it worked. Maybe that's the play. He, like, shotguns and then bows. I've never really seen this. But if that works, that could be incredibly lethal, because the bow hits for 75. I feel like that was an accident, though. I feel like there has to be some sort of challenge to use splashes or something. Is that why he's just wasting them? I don't know. I never look at the challenges. The chug cannon is nice, but I don't think it's 2 inventory slots nice. Especially if you end up in a situation where it's just, like, perpetually on cooldown. Like, if you get into a messy fight, you have to use all 5 uses, and then you end up getting third-partied, and then over the course of that, you don't have any heals. Like, it can get messy quick. Especially in zero build. In build, I feel like it's a little more viable because you can, like, you know, build and buy time over the course of a fight. But in zero build, you usually can't do that as much. I mean, I guess he does have bow soaring sprint, so he can get away from something incredibly fast. But if he's playing someone decent, it's not that hard to AR somebody out of this guy that's soaring sprinting. This guy's a savage. He's gonna go on this, but there's already a... Yeah, see, this is bad. He put himself in a pinch. It would have been better. I mean, he might be fine here, maybe, but it would have been better for him. So, where were they? Was it at this building? Okay, so one player was there, one player was there. It would have been better if he positioned himself like here or here, but he put himself just straight in the pinch between the 2 players for some reason. And even if he ends up killing the guy in the tree, then the person red potentially third parties him. And it seemed like he thought the person on the tree wasn't there anymore. But yeah, you don't want to just be... If you're going to push somebody, don't push the person that's going to put you in like a monkey in the middle situation. That is not what you want. You would have wanted to put it in a way where, like, either the guy on the tree was pinched or the guy red was pinched. It was easier to make it to where the guy red was pinched, especially since the guy on the tree was already focusing the guy red. But, yeah. This is very bizarre. They're all just bowing around and then trying to bow each other. I'm mad we can't see how many uses his chug cannon has. I think his AR needs to be loaded. 7 opponents remaining. Let's see if he makes the same mistake again. Because if he just pushes this guy on the rock like a psycho, then he would be in a pinch again. And it's hard to deal with that in zero build. This is good for him. You just exist here and you mid-range tag this. Unfortunately, he's not hitting shots. But he's not in any risk here but from these people. If his aim was better though, this person would be dead. I believe the person to his left, he missed him. Oh, wow. That could have been a kill there. I'm pretty sure that guy that's hammering away is really weak. Looks like his shield is broke. That's one of the things I don't like about using the shockwave bow as a weapon. If you tag somebody with it, you just send them flying somewhere and it could be inconvenient to deal with. I don't mind using it to force people off cover, but you're usually launching them in a way that's somewhat predictable. But I feel like when you just hit them with it, it's really weird. Especially if he's trying to bow shotgun somebody. I feel like that is inconvenient to make happen. I mean, his aim is like really good with the bow though. This should be a kill, yeah. But this has been good. Like, this player has played well for sure, but I feel like he's been very fortunate to not get into any fights where, like, the weakness of this loadout would be, like, close-range, scrappy fights. But he's just, like, completely avoided them. In part because of the bow. Like, he's just been all over the place. He's been very mobile. But also in part because, like, just the players that he's fighting, things haven't been going well. Like, when he put himself in the pinch outside that red building, had the player behind the tree been more, like, aggressive on him, I think he would have died. But, like, the player behind the tree seemed to just be content to, like, let him go for some reason. But in a very scrappy, close-range fight, I feel like this player is going to have a hard time. Especially if the chug cannon is on cooldown. The player in that bush, I think. That's another good thing about the bow. You can shoot into bushes and just knock people out of it. And you could do that with shockwave in the past, but you had to be more concerned about wasting shockwaves, you know? Whereas like these bows, you have 31 arrows and they regen if you have bow specialists. I'm like confused as to why no one's shooting their gun. Yeah, okay. Oh, Deku's smash, that's why no one's shooting. But like this entire time, I feel like if there was anybody in this lobby with like decent AR aim, they would just be like crying all of these players. But like most of the people he's fought have been like content to just bow fight, I guess. This should be a kill. It looks like that guy's healing. Yeah, GG's. 1v1. The last player is likely over here somewhere because they weren't involved in that fight. If they were already over here or if they were over here, they would have been involved. So I think they're on the snow chilling somewhere. They're probably in that bunker, yeah. DMRing. This is going to be an interesting fight because the DMR has a huge advantage right now, but it's going to be harder for the DMR player to tag this guy out of the sky than if they were using the red eye. But if they do happen to hit shots on him, he's going to go down fast. He's going for the Deku smash. I don't think he gets anything out of this. This person is a Season 2 umbrella. They're going for the hammer smash. He wins this, I think. Yeah. Alrighty then. I don't know why that player was so adamant about using the hammer smash. I feel like the hammer smash is super avoidable. I have a video on my video talking about how to play against the hammer, but as long as you don't stand there and take it, yeah, it's pretty hard to die to that. Like, that player played well and they used the bow well, but I also feel like the people in that lobby didn't really, like, put up that good of a fight. But that is gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys found it helpful or informative. If you did, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and tell me down below in the comments what you think of how this season has progressed over the course of it, because I do think this season has just gotten better and better over time, and we are at the halfway point for this season. It is like over halfway over, and we are getting into like the back half of it. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.